Everybody, for those who don't know me, my name's Jim Resnick, and Elaine asked me to say a few words about Ron.
For those who know him, his name is still. I forgot your name.
Jim Resnick.
Jim Resnick.
Thank you.
Well, that didn't work.
Thanks for the help. I needed that. First of all, Elaine and I would like to thank all of you, Ron's family, and all of Ron's good friends, for being here today, for coming out to help dedicate the Ron Unell plaque and to remember Ron. First of all, Elaine and I would like to thank a few people who were instrumental in getting this done. Ewald Winker, who is the head of University City Public Works Maintenance Department. He was instrumental in helping do this. Also, Doug Castellari, who's the general manager of Ruth Golf Course and the pro, and then all of the construction workers that worked on this project, getting it done. We want to thank them for doing this great work and putting the bench and the two plaques, the Sam Unell plaque and the new Ron Unell plaque back in. The plaque reads, "In memory of Ron Unell, 1946 to 2014, a well-loved man. In life, as in golf, he always played the fairway." And he did, that's for sure. We'd also like to thank Ron's company, Goldman, Kotler, Unell, Pearlstein, and Rechting, for paying for the plaque. They were generous enough to pay for the new plaque. Robert, thank you very much. I was fortunate enough to be Ron's friend from the time we were 5 years old in kindergarten through 4th grade at Hempstead Elementary School in the city, and then we all moved out to your city, thank goodness. And the last 6 or 7 years of Ron's life, Ron and I became golf partners. We rode in the same cart. We played together every Tuesday and Friday, weather allowing, and doing that for all those years and playing together. We had a lot of time to talk about everything, and we found out we had an awful lot. Anyway, one of the things that we talked about often was our belief, and as we got older, that you had to really enjoy every day of your life. And Ron was really good at that. Ron was so full of life. And he was so full of love. He gave of himself all the time. Ron loved to play golf, and he especially loved playing here at Ruth Park, because this is where his father, Sam Unell, taught him to play golf when Ron was just a little guy. Ron also loved sports, and he and I, we went went to many Blues and Rams games together, and Ron loved the St. Louis Cardinal baseball team. He loved baseball, but he loved sports. Ron loved his work. He loved being an accountant. He told me he really loved the work because he could help his clients. Ron he loves working with his partners and with his employees at GKU. The U was for now. And Ron gave so much of himself. He had so many friends. He had his friends going back to Daniel Boone Elementary School, and then Brittany Junior High here, up the street, and of course at U City High School. He's still very close to so many people that are here from our great class, graduating class, University City High School class of 1964. I mean, we loved the class so much, he married one of the people from the class, Elaine. He had another group of friends that he made that he was especially close to his pledge brothers in his fraternity. And then later in life, he had all his friends and Elaine made in their years together. My wife Linda and I talked about it. Seemed like Elaine and Ron knew everybody who lived in West County. So, and of course, he loved his family. He was a great family man. He loved his two brothers and his brother Phil, who was here. He came in.
He's over there somewhere.
There, I couldn't find him. He came in from Chicago for this. And of course, he loved his extended family, his daughter, and Elaine's daughters, and their whole family, all the cousins, and
Son right here.
yeah, his son. Yeah,
I love you too.
and his son.
That one.
Yes.
And his family.
But I think really for me, the person that he loved the most was Elaine. We talked about, playing golf together. We talked about our wives a lot. We talked about Ariel, but we talked about our wives. And when Ron talked about Elaine, his eyes would light up, and he'd get that Gamel smile on his face, where he looked like he had teeth that went from one ear to the other ear. He was a happy man. He gave so much to of himself to other people. And Ron was a very rare person because of that. Because of what he gave. Everybody who knew Ron liked him. And those of us who were close to Ron we all loved him. And it was easy to do. When I think of Ron now, which I do often, I think it was such a great time for me to be Ron Ewell's friend. We want to thank you all again for coming here to to share this time and to remember Ron. I have a short announcement that some of us, after everybody talks and we're done here, will be going to have lunch at the Companion Bread Company at 2331 Schutz Road. And whoever wants to join the group is welcome. Elaine tells me that's on Schutz Road, just north of Page. Again, thank you. And anyone who would like to say a few words,
Before I forget,
well,
I want to jump in front of you and Bill and Aaron has something to say.
thank you.
I feel like I need to take the microphone. Jim, thank you so much. That was just beautiful. And I want you to know that Jim spent so much time and energy on this project. He came up with the idea through his love for Rob. And I just appreciate, it wasn't just come up with an idea and it's done. He worked on it and really labored over just exactly what we should say and how it's going to get done and the timing of everything and how we were going to plan this day and kept in touch with me all the way through. So besides all the wonderful words you said about him, I really appreciate the whole effort you put into it. And thank you so much. To Robert and Rick are here from the GKU PR. They're the P and the R. It's their fault that it's such a long name. But they donated the plaque so generously, and I really appreciate that. And to you, I want to say how much Ron was always so proud to be a part of your firm. He always talked about how considerate everyone was, and when it came to dealing with money, you all were very concerned about each other's personal lives, and you just did everything fair. It's part of the fair way that he was. That's what you are too. And he even said in the years that he came back to help after he retired, he said, they not only pay me, they thank me every day that I come. And that just shows you how important that is, to appreciate the people you work with and let them know it. So he was good, and really, really very pleased and very proud to be part of your firm. Back to Jim, those years, he was so excited every time you went out to play golf together and really treasured the friendship that was growing and growing as you have your talks in the golf cart, and just really appreciated getting closer and closer to you. And what you said about him helping people all the time. One of his mottos, he'd wake up in the morning and he'd sing, "Here I come to save the day." And I can't tell you how many days he saved for so many people all the time. I know my kids can attest to that, and his kids can attest to that, and a lot of friends too. So thank you all for being here, and anybody else who wants to say something, welcome.
I hate to butt in, but I have to.
Oh, you're butting right in, aren't you?
Oh, I didn't even think of the pun, but that's right.
Oh, right.
My back is killing me, so thank you, Sam. Thank you, Ron, for giving me some rest. I'm David Soshnick. After Ron passed away, I went into his shoes. He wouldn't have worn them on a he wouldn't wear them. No.
No. But he appreciated you wearing them.
Yeah. So
He liked to laugh.
I have very little to add other than Ron cheated on me. Ron cheated on me.
He did?
So I thought we should, I'm sure he never cheated at golf. He cheated on me.
Yeah.
He didn't have to cheat at golf. He was that
Okay,
good.
no, but he cheated on me because I guess I'm an ego or something like that. But I thought I was his best friend.
Oh.
I later come to find out, as I've heard Jim and many others say, he was my best friend. He was my best friend. He was my best friend. He was so many people's best friend. And that's because he couldn't listen. He could confide in him. He knew what you were saying was for his use. And it was just such a went on one driving trip into West Virginia. Ended up at in White Sulphur Springs, home of Sam Snead. Loved going to the locker room. From there, we went to my cousin's house. My cousin's a gourmet. A gourmet.
Vegan.
Vegan.
A
Served,
gourmet vegan.
made 2 pizzas.
And Ron, who didn't eat vegetables.
What did Ron eat?
Meat.
The crust.
What did he eat at Cone's house?
I don't remember. What did he eat?
Nothing.
Oh.
So Ron was his own person, but a joy to have in our lives. I have nothing else to say other than I'm going to sit here for the next speaker because it's so comfortable here on Ron and Sam's bench.
Thank you. You ready?
All right. Well, first, I didn't even expect Jimmy to say everything that was totally on my mind, and then David came up and, yes, he was my best friend too. It's amazing to be here, and it's just such an honor, and in order not to cry, I thought I'd write stuff down, because I don't want to be that guy who's, so I'm going to, but it's amazing to be here and to see all of you and the support, and Jimmy, thank you so much for everything that you've done to make this happen, and Robert and Rick, thank you. The firm was his place, it was his home, away from home, and he truly was a lot of people's best friend. So here I go. It's just an honor to stand before you as we pay tribute to my dad. Ruth Park was where his love of golf really took hold. This is the place he would go if he skipped school. This is where he would go to win golf matches for U City High. He wasn't drinking or running around. This is where he loved to be. So thank you, Jimmy, GKUPR, and Elaine for making this happen. And I will tell you that golf with my dad has a very special meaning. It's what our family did. From about 10 to 18 years old, I had the privilege of playing with both my dad and both grandfathers Sunday mornings at Riverside Golf Course, at Forest Park Golf Course. My dad and I in one cart, my grandfathers in another. And looking back, these Sundays were some of the greatest memories. They helped me learn how to hit a ball, chase a little white ball, and I even learned that you can pee on a golf course and eat donuts at the 9th hole. That's what we used to do. It was amazing. And playing golf with my dad was never about winning. He enjoyed playing well, and that was usually not an issue for him. Me, sometimes. To my dad, the most important part was having family together. I still can't swing a club without missing him and hearing his words. Hit him straight. Thank you.